Let's play hypotheticals for one moment if we could, as a group and as a family. There's a man who just got done with his 40-hour work week and he wants to partake in his hobbies. He has a wife at home and he has no kids. No kids at all. He just has a wife at home. So he says, okay, I want to paint my Warhammer figurines or I want to play the video game. He doesn't have the time to because every day after work, he cooks with his wife and he cleans with his wife because he doesn't want her to be the housewife figure. So he says, I just want to play some video games. That's all I want to do. And I've been really good. I've been really nice and I've been great. And she wants to have a conversation about how she wants to start working too. And he says, that sounds great. When do you want to start working? And she says, well, I want to work at your job. And he says, oh no, I don't want you to work at my job because if you work at my job, I'd have to see you at work and I need time to be away from you. She gets really pissed, violently angry. She starts tossing stuff around the room and says, so you don't want to be with me? And he's confused because she's never been this way. I don't understand what's going on, he says. And she says, oh, well, I want to work at the job you want to work at because I hate being away from you for the 8 hours. And he says, baby, I want to be away because distance makes the heart grow fonder. He says some poetic nonsense and calms her down. So he says, okay, so I'm going to pick up another job because I would like to be away from you a little bit longer. And so after 2 years into a relationship, he starts going to a second job, which is as soon as he gets off work, he starts door dashing. And he door dashes and he streams his door dashing. He streams when he door dashes and he complains and talks about his wife and stuff of that variety. She's really happy about it. She says, oh, I'm so happy that you're door dashing and having a great time and this is fun for you. And he says, yes, I'm happy I'm door dashing too. And do you watch my streams? She says, yes. And I watch all your streams because I enjoy watching you do your hobbies. So he tests his theory out. He starts talking crazy about her. He starts insulting her during the streams and stuff of that variety. And he says, did you watch my stream? And she says, yes, yes, yes. I love watching you drive, all that stuff. And so they don't argue. He's confused. Turns out that she wasn't watching his streams. And he discovers this after 6 months of door dashing. He says, oh man, you really weren't watching my streams because you want to know all the bad stuff I was saying about you. And she says, you were saying bad stuff about me? He says, yes, I was trying to see if you were watching my streams. And she said, what did you say? And he said, you would know if you watched your stream. Now, why did I tell you that? Well, I just want to tell you a story. There's no purpose to it. That's about it. That's all I want to do. Reason I told you this is because that's somebody's reality right now. There's somebody reality out there that is actively working 40 hours a week and having the worst time of his life. He's just stressed and angry, and all he wants to do is play a video game. He just wants to sit down, come home after 40 hours of working hard and having the worst time of his life. He just wants to kick his feet up and put his bunions on the table counter, and that's what he wants to do. And there are people that do not get to fulfill their deepest desires. There are people that will spend their entire lives as shells of their former selves, not being able to be who they are. And I envy the wants of those people, is what I wanted to say. What I meant to say was that I pity them. I pity these people. I don't know why I said envy. Envy went in my brain because I was thinking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I was thinking about how Roy Mustang destroyed envy, and that thought just came into my brain at that exact moment. Not really sure why that went through. But there is something special about the pursuit of dreams. I think to be human is to always have a goal to pursue, to look for the next zenith, the biggest mountaintop, the big peak, to always have something to strive for. And I think that annoys me about the idea of heaven. Because if there is a heaven, if there is no struggle, if there is nothing, then what will be my purpose? And people say, well, when you get to heaven, you lose all terrestrial desires. You will become parts of the holiness. You will lose all wants and all need. So I lose all autonomy is what I hear. Yes, but you would have lived your life and done all this stuff. Then what's the purpose of this existence? Is God playing The Sims with us? Well, it's to spread the word to his subjects and his people. And what's the point of that? There has to be some purpose behind it. Is it simply that he wanted to test how many people he could convert while injecting all these other religions? What is the purpose behind this? What do you gain out of doing all this extra nonsense? To teach a worthless society of people morality and then have them destroy themselves and watch us go through war, hunger, strife, and make us suffer? It feels as though he created this reality and this existence more so to make us all suffer. Is that the big purpose behind it? Is that the purpose behind why he's done this? Is he just an asshole? Is that the reality of what God has done to us? Is that what he feels? Did he give his only son to us? For so he loved us so much, he gave his only son. Are we not all of God's children? Are we genderless in the aspect that we're not his son? How disgusting and contradictory to do that to a people. How infantile. It feels as if his love is so specific. And I don't like the specificity of what he chooses to do. It hurts. It hurts to know that there is an omnipotent, gigantic force out there that toys and taunts me in my life every single second because I'm not following his will and doctrine. How tragic it is for me to live this way.